Hi guys, this is Cece Carter with Keller Williams First Coast Realty. I just wanted to discuss with you some changes that happened today that are going to affect you if you are thinking of buying or selling a home. Okay. As you know, most sellers who decide to sell a home hire a real estate agent, an expert, to take care of that home sale. In exchange for those services, the seller agrees to pay a commission to the listing agent. And that listing agent, in turn, agrees to share some portion of that commission to the agent who represents the buyer. So a couple of years ago, a lawsuit was filed, a class action lawsuit on behalf of home sellers who thought that this was unfair for a portion of the commission that they pay to their listing agent to go to the buyer's agent. And that lawsuit was settled earlier this year. So today, August 17th, new rules go into effect across the nation. A buyer who wants to see a house that's listed in the multiple listing service or the MLS, which is where nearly all homes are listed, those buyers will now have to sign a buyer brokerage agreement with a real estate agent, or they'll have to wait for an open house in order to see those homes that they want to see. The buyer's agent compensation, which has typically been listed in MLS so that the agent representing the buyer knows how much they're going to be paid for their services, that compensation is now no longer listed in the MLS. So buyer's agents are going to have to call and ask the listing agent how much the seller is willing to pay them, if anything. Now, I should say here that sellers were never ever required to pay any amount to a buyer's agent. Commissions have always been negotiable. And that has been the case for the entire 20 years that I've been a real estate agent, and for even longer than that. If the seller is not willing to pay the buyer's agent's fee, that buyer will either have to pay their agent themselves, or they're going to have to move on to a house where the seller is paying the buyer's agent's fee. Now, that buyer could also decide to go it alone with no representation, ill-advised, because there are a lot of pitfalls that buyers could encounter without having a knowledgeable guide out there looking out for them. So we'll see how things shake out as a result of these changes. Now, I'm happy to explain these changes in greater detail. So DM me, call me, text me if you have any questions about any of this. This will not affect the quality of service, the level of service that I provide to my buyers and sellers. You probably will have questions. Reach out. I'm happy to answer those. Have a fantastic day, and we'll talk soon.